Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I don't know what's on this name.
She was going rather fast, so I was trying to read fast.
Who's for the US?
Leo?
Leo Dante.
Is he on?
He's supposed to be there.
We've not heard, we haven't heard from him, but
He hasn't said much, but he's logged on
There
right
you
now.
can be.
Is he there?
yay!
Who are you with? Leo?
Leo, yay!
Hello, Leo.
I'll copy you
I'm
and
going.
come to.
Where did you go last
Hi,
from?
When we are doing exam, I'll copy them.
I can't see how to say hi.
Notes I'll take from exams, I'll take from.
Hello, Andrew.
No, I am not doing your exam.
No, we'll be here sitting together.
Oh, right, okay. I'm not
Right,
doing your
okay,
exam.
I think for a next start.
Oh, sorry, Andrew.
That's okay, just continue talking, Elizabeth, that's okay. Right, I can't really see everyone who's in the class, you're going to have to help me out here. I've got some of you on screen and some I haven't. So help me out. And plus I don't know who is who anyway, I know some of you I know.
Let me see if I think I can turn it just a bit.
Right, I'm just going on my list here. Have I got Stanley with me? No? Have I got Joseph? No? Have I got Marianne?
Yep.
Yep. I presume that's Callum I can see there. Yep. I do know one or two of you. I've got Marie with me here. Dave's not here. Is Tony here?
Yeah.
Yep. Now I don't know where you are, Tony. I can't see you.
There you go, there's his hand.
That's your hand. Yeah, I've got a hand. If I need a hand, I know who to come to. And my jokes don't get any better than that, I'll warn you. Have I got Joyce? No. Sharon?
Yay!
I knew that. Linda? No?
Who?
Emily?
Linda.
Oh, Linda is away to, she had to leave.
Right, okay. Is Emily here? Emily and Leo, can you hear me?
They're supposed they're there.
Only Leo for now.
Only Leo, okay.
Emily is, she worked last night and she can't attend today.
Right, that's fine, thank you. And I've got Christine here with me as well. Right, that's registered
You've
done.
got Elizabeth.
You forgot Elizabeth.
Yes, I'm here.
You tell Sister Kelly she's not on the register. You're not on the register that she sent.
Well, why should not put me on it? I'll have a word.
Let you talk to her, not me.
I know.
Okay. Right, let's pray. Now I'm doing a bit of poetry to end your day here. Lord Jesus, we thank you, Lord, for his students. We know, Lord, that it can be a long day for some of us, Lord. Lord, as we look at poetry, Lord, to remind ourselves of your word, Lord. Help us to learn from your word today. Practice out, Lord. Amen. Right, it is a bit of an interesting lesson, this, with a whole class full of you there. I've got two in front of me here, which I sort of see in my periphery, which is probably a good thing. And I know we've got Leo online as well. I'll try my best to integrate with you. I'm not a lecturer. Just to let you know a little bit about my background. Some of you know me well, some of you don't know me at all, and vice versa. I'm a school teacher by trade. I teach primary school. I'm also, for my sins, part of the Northern District in lots of capacities I have been in the past. At the minute what is my role at the minute? I'm Treasury, Secretary of Treasury at the minute, but I've been involved in Sunday school. Lots of teaching and the Word of God is my thing. Love teaching the Word of God, but I am not the lecturer. I am not here to talk to you for an hour. I would love it if we were here in person. That would be the best thing ever. Then I could talk with you and really interact with you. I'll do my best to do that, but what I'm not going to do is talk to you for an hour, because that's not me.
Okay.
So I'm expecting you, I'll try and ask questions. Some of you, as I say, I know, some I don't know. Some of you I can see, some of you I can't see at all. So I'll try and involve you if I can. Tell me if I speak too fast. I know my accent isn't as bad as the Scottish one.
Hey!
You were a bit slow with that reaction. I expected a bit faster reaction.
Do you
I
really
know
want
I
to know what
have
we
said
call
it.
you, Andrew? What we call
I
you,
will try
Sunderland?
to slow down. If you don't understand what I'm saying, please tell me. There's no point in listening if you haven't got a clue what I'm saying.
Okay.
Well, please let me know. Okay, we're looking at poetry. And I do have a list somewhere which I'll check later as to who's doing, actually going for all the assignments and things, going for achievement, who's going for participation. What I will do now is talk you through the syllabus, get that nice and clear for you. I'll just wait for Christine to find hers here. She always takes a while. I'm just going to make the syllabus and the assignments dead clear to you, and then you know what you're doing. You can't turn around and say, I didn't know how to do that. So can you stick your hand in the air if you've got your syllabus in front of you? There we go, that's a dead clear sign. Oh, Elizabeth was last again.
She said,
He says Elizabeth was last again.
oh, that's alright.
If my joking on offends you, then take it to the Lord tomorrow. I'm sure he'll forgive you.
I'm
No?
an East End glass speech and it takes a lot to defend me.
Good. Well, I'll keep trying.
Offend.
I'll leave it.
Right, okay, in August, September, we're going to look at the book of Job. And the assignment for that is to write a paper of at least 1,000 words on suffering. And there's some questions there to get you going. You don't have to answer the questions sort of directly, number one and answer it, number two, answer it. They're there to help you. You would write some paragraphs on these things. 1,000 words might be, depending on your handwriting or your typing, might be 5 or 6 sides or something like that. But it's broken up into different points for you. If you can just try and answer them through scripture and through what you know yourself, have a thing. I'm going to do a little bit of teaching on it as well. But just to let you know, so this will be due in by October. So you've got a little while yet, but I'm just letting you know what you need to do. So answer these questions on suffering. Is there value in suffering? What are the sources of suffering? Is it caused by sin? Does God have a right to allow suffering? How can a God of love allow suffering in the world? As a committed Christian, the things touch your life that do not get run by God first. And number 6, use biblical examples to prove the benefit or lack of benefit of suffering. Also, use at least 4 contemporary examples. Examples, that means like examples from everyday life, examples from the media, so you've got some biblical examples, but you've got examples outside of that. Any questions about that one? No? You fine with that? In October, November and January, we'll be going through the book of Psalms. And your assignment for that one, which will be due in January, is going to be a presentation. Your assignment would be to read Psalms, obviously. It would help if you're doing an assignment on something to read it. And you'll be asked to pick 3 Psalms that you're choosing to speak on. And you'll be asked to give a 10-minute illustrated talk. That's not 10 minutes on each one. That's just 10 minutes on 3 Psalms. You can sort of intertwine them. You can collect them together. There can be Psalms that mean a lot to you. There can be Psalms that you link together. There can be Psalms of a similar thing. There could be Psalms of a contrasting thing. You might say, this is a Psalm that makes me happy. This is a Psalm that I read when I'm sad, or whatever you want to do. What I'm going to ask you to do, I know it's a little bit hard on Skype, but we'll still manage to do it. You're going to present it in any way that you wish. Drama, art. You want to make a song up about it and sing that to us. you want to do a lesson, you want to do transparencies. I'm asking you to do this individually as well, because I can see the two ladies down there trying to plan that together. I'm not saying that you should. I'm not saying you can't help each other out, but I'll be marking you individually here for this. You can do it you can do it whichever way you want. You want to do a quiz, you want to do audience participation. What I'm after is to get your feelings and your intent about the psalms that you pick. What I don't want you to do really is to get up and lecture and just tell us, try and make it interesting. Think about the background of a psalm, think about where it's set, its purpose, what kind of psalm is it, what emotions are involved there, does it relate to your life? I've got written down here, you may choose not to tell us what psalms you're portraying, but you might ask us to guess what the psalm is by what you show us. Try to be creative. If you want some ideas, talk to each other. Don't mind if you help each other out, but I will be marking, individuals on this one. Any questions about that?
No.
How do you feel about that generally? Talk to me. I'm not going to lecture this lesson.
No, I think that's pretty good.
Say again?
I says that's pretty good. That'll be quite entertaining.
So you're going to be first, Sharon, are you?
She needs to be.
Yeah, I'll volunteer that one.
Right. Sounds
Yeah.
like Elizabeth 1 second.
Elizabeth's last as usual.
Right, you've got the theme of the lesson already. Okay.
I'm
Obviously
getting
you've
quite
done-
hurtful here.
I'm sorry.
I'm actually getting quite hurt here with all yous.
It's almost very thick skin down here.
Yeah, we were telling us. I'm
I'm
sorry.
with the Sunderlands, no with you.
Sorry.
I'll let you
Tell you
know
what,
this
it's a good
thing.
job you're teaching kids, isn't it?
That's alright. It's my age thing.
I'll go now.
Obviously, I know there's people here who aren't doing achievements, but if you as we get nearer to the point, if you do an achievement, I expect you to do this. If you're doing participation, I don't expect you to, but if you want to, that's fine.
Thank you.
I'm doing achievement rather
I'm
than
doing participation, but
I
I'll
will
take
try
part.
my
Thank you.
hardest.
So I look forward to that. So let's move on. In February and March, we'll look at the book of Proverbs. Your assignment would be to read Proverbs. You should be getting a daily devotion book on Proverbs. I'll make sure you get that. Or if you don't get that for whatever reason, then it won't be part of your mark. But what I will be asking you to do for that is another essay. And this time the essay is going to be about wisdom. And when you talk about that, again, it should all be on your syllabus here, it should be on the other side. And questions there would be, what is wisdom? I'd ask you to compare human wisdom versus godly wisdom. I'd ask you to think about how do you attain godly wisdom and how do you maintain it? How do you get it? How do you keep it? How do you share wisdom in the right way? And using scriptures, especially Proverbs, back up points about wisdom. And I'll be asking you to include the bibliography there, writing down the books that you've used. If you need any help with any of that, obviously, let me know. I'm here to help you as well, not just give you a assignment. That will be due in April. This sounds like a lot, but what you won't be getting in this lesson is an exam. We'll do a little quiz at the end of the year, but really we'll do that together and have a little bit of fun. Quizzes were ever fun. In April and May, we'll go through the book of Ecclesiastes, and we'll be having a look at the book, Be Satisfied, and I'll be asking to give a little summary of that, but we'll see. But what I'm really after with you, the essays that I've talked about, those are the main things this year, really. Okay, that's basically the year. Any questions, anything about that?
The book Be Satisfied, did you get that out?
I don't know whether, I know some of you have been given your books online. Have a check of that for me. If not, then we'll make sure you get that, or again, I'll take it off the list.
Okay, thank you.
Marie's telling me that she hasn't got that, so she hasn't got that, maybe you haven't.
No, I haven't got it.
Right, well, don't worry about that then. Right, okay, poetry. What were you expecting when you realised you were going to get a class on poetry? And what I'm gonna ask all the ladies to be quiet. I'm gonna ask the gentlemen to talk, because they give them a chance to talk. I know what it's like sometimes. So I'm asking Callum or Leo or was it Tony that I can't do his hand up and say. Look, what were you expecting when you heard you were going to get a lesson on poetry?
Lesson on the songs.
Songs, yeah? Yeah, So everyone here, ladies, you can talk again. When we think about poetry, if I said poetry, well, it wasn't in a biblical sense. In a biblical sense, you think about Psalms, don't you? You think about Ecclesiastes. What do you think about? If I said to you, outside church, poetry, what words come? What things come to mind?
Putting words and feelings and all that down on paper, in a kind of not
Yeah, but Marie here has said rhyme.
Yeah, not in a
You
song,
talk
but
about
just
words.
as in a
Go on.
not as in a song, but as in a thought, kind of just putting your thoughts on paper.
Yeah, you
A
broke up a
rhythm
little bit
of
there, but I'm
words.
getting just what you said.
Yeah.
Put your thoughts on paper. Often when I talk to kids about poetry, they always think poetry has to rhyme.
No.
And I'm a great lover of poetry. You can get some. I mean, my kids love music. We're always doing daft rhymes. And if you like music, then you like rhymes. You like poetry, because that's what music is really. Some of it rhymes, some of it doesn't. But when we think of biblical poetry, we're having a little think now about what it is. I mean, we'll talk about poetry and get your feelings down on the paper. And already for the assignments, we've talked about suffering. We've talked about the book of Psalms. But we're talking about wisdom. And just those two words there, suffering and wisdom. There's a massive range in terms of emotions and feelings there, isn't there? So we're going to, now some of the handouts I'm going to look at, some of them you've got, some of them you haven't. If you haven't, just take little notes here from what I'm saying. Some of these things I'm going to be asking you questions as well. So let's just have a little go through here. So if I'm thinking, I believe you've got the handout, introduction to the poetical groups there. I'm not going to read every word off every page that I give you. What we can see is Job's Psalm about the Song of Solomon. And it's going on the street there, it says things like, we've got questions that come in. Questions like, what is God like? What does he expect from me? And, when we read the poetical groups, you hear the feelings of people like David, people like Solomon. And I don't know about you, but when I read something in the Bible, I want to read something that someone who's empathetic with me, who understands. When I read Paul and David and other people, I read people who I can associate with through what they went through and what they did. So that's the type of thing we're looking at, really. Now, I'm going to give you a statement here. Let's have a little chat about it. Life is difficult. Life is unfair. Write that down and tell me what you think. Life is difficult. Life is unfair. Life is difficult. Life is unfair. Now talk to me.
Is it what we think of that statement?
Life is difficult, life is unfair. What do you think?
It's a kind of negative statement.
Bring up there, I can't hear you. Say that again.
It's a very negative statement.
Can you hear that? But we can't hear what
Life
you're
is a
saying.
journey that no one cares.
They can't hear us at this
I
end.
can't hear what you're saying.
Can you hear us
Can
at
you hear
all?
us?
I can hear you slightly.
Can you put me?
Say again?
She says that life is difficult, life is unfair, it's a negative statement.
Yeah, that's better. Thank you. I can hear you now. So, yeah, a negative statement. Is it true?
What? About life?
Sometimes no. No?
Sharon, is life unfair? Is your life being unfair?
Yeah, but it's been a journey too.
Yeah. Now, obviously,
But
I know you're pretty
if it
well-
wasn't unfair, then I wouldn't be here today.
I believe that life is what you make of it, and if you want to make it difficult, you can. You can make it unfair if you can, but you can push yourself forward and make it good. You can.
Right, thank you for that. That's great. Now, is this a biblical point of view? Life is unfair.
No.
No.
Okay, have we ever thought like this?
Sometimes.
The point I'm trying to get across is this, yeah? I'm after honest dialogue here. Yeah, I know we're all Christians, I know we all believe, but we're talking about failings here. So you need to explore the fact that there's going to be failings that we probably shouldn't have.
I
or maybe
always
for
thought,
those
like,
that-
before I became Christian, I always thought life was unfair to me. But I've learned that life is a struggle, and it's how you preserve your struggle, and what you do to come out your struggle, and how you come out it, and why you come out it, and how strong you feel after that struggle.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
That's what I believe. Because if you believe your life is unfair, your life will be difficult. Okay?
Do you think there are Christians who live life like this?
If you believe in struggle and you're willing to have that struggle and know that you're going to be better at the end of that struggle, your life isn't difficult. To me, that's no. I've learned both ways in life there. And the unchristian way and now the Christian way, because I've done both struggles in life. And yes, I see the difference.
It's interesting, you know, I mean, really, all I've talked about there is it's almost a sentiment lots of people have. And maybe it's the thing that we don't talk about as Christians. Maybe you've thought like this. The danger in thinking that life is unfair, but then believing in a God that's in control, because then we might be insinuating that God's not in control. So you see how in this lesson I'll be asking you to think about your feelings and consider your emotions. But then sometimes we'll be saying things in front of other people where we think, oh, really, should I open myself up like that? If I told you that I sometimes as a minister thought that life was unfair, then am I telling you that I don't believe that God's in control? So I'm leaving you with that one, just have a little think. Right, obviously today we're having a look at Job. And the book of Job, I'm just going to read you a few quotes here. Martin Luther said he wanted to use two words when referring to Job. Don't worry, you don't have every handout here. You have some of this is on your hand. I think he said that the book of Job was magnificent and sublime. Eugene Peterson said this: it is not suffering that troubles us, it's undeserved suffering. See the idea of something being unfair? It's alright suffering, but if you don't deserve it.
You couldn't hear your quote there.
But yeah, you've got it on a handout, I believe. But it says it's not suffering that troubles us, it's undeserved suffering. I've got that on a handout there. Yeah, you've got it on a handout entitled The Book of Job. There's a few quotes there. Eugene Peters one. It's a big quote in the middle of the page there.
I've got it.
Right? So there's a few things. So it's not suffering that troubles us, it's undeserved suffering. This idea about things being, life being unfair. Life is difficult, life is unfair. That's sort of come from there. Now, we might still stick on the handout that you've got. The book of Job, I'm going to talk around a little bit here because what I like about the classes is I can give you handouts, you can read through them. And then in the lesson, I'll just pick out things I want to talk through with you, really. So, on that handout on the book of Job, you've got the divisions of the book of Job. Obviously, I'm asking you to read Job for yourself, because I haven't got time to read it all with you. So, when you read it, there'll be divisions here. Satan's attack on Job, the first division. Then you've got Job and his friends. Then you've got Elihu's message. Then Jehovah's answer to Job. And then you have a conclusion. Now, right back at the beginning here, Job has 7,000 sheep. This is all on your handout. He's got 3,000 camels. He's got 1,000 oxen. He's got 500 female donkeys. And he's got 10 adult children. Basically, he's healthy, wealthy, good and godly. I like that too. He's healthy, wealthy, good and godly. Right, I'm going to do just a little bit of... If I do anything you don't like and you think I'm patronising you, please send me an email or grab all of us and have a word. I don't mind you, but just try to have a little bit of fun sometimes here as well, get you participating. I'm going to make a statement. Tell me, put your hand up if this applies to you, okay? Well, I haven't said it yet. Christine, put a hand up. Right. Okay, put your hand up if you would class yourself as healthy. I can see 3 hands there. I've got no hands in the room here, but put your hand up if you would class yourself as wealthy.
Wealthy?
Depends on what class.
Well, it depends what kind of wealth you're talking about.
It does, but if we're talking about 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 1,000 oxen, and so on, that type of wealth,
No.
yeah, but I know you might be spiritual wealthy. Put your hand up if you class yourself as money, in terms of money and possessions, wealthy. Good, I know who to come to next time I'm stuck. Put your hand up if you describe yourself as good.
You good?
The last of your hand in the corner there.
So.
So. 2 hands in the room here. Here's a little quiz for you as well. It's not an assignment, just something to keep you going. The Bible describes 3 people as good. Who are they? The Bible describes 3 people as good. It actually says that they were good. Who are they? A visiting evangelist from Australia asked me this question 25 years ago, and I've never forgot it. It made me study. Come back with that for next time. 3 people the Bible described as good.
Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
Those 3 actual people, the Bible says were good. No good getting on your phone now and going on your little Bible app. Do that later. Little quiz for next time. Special prize for
Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
No, 3 actual people. We'll come back to that next time.
What's the question?
Mary Ann, Sharon, and Elizabeth from Glasgow, New Life Church.
Definitely not.
Yes.
I'm talking for the Kelly, remember.
What was the question?
3 people that
Trying to get a
are
word
very
in
good.
Elizabeth.
3 people that
3 people that are very good.
are very good.
Do you agree with what I says?
3 people
I'm not.
that the Bible says were
Or
good.
the Bible?
Yeah, the Bible, that thing you made up in front of you. Okay.
Sharon, you in the Bible?
Yeah, I'm in the Bible.
Well, see, the 3 of us are in the Bible. There's
Right,
Mary
can I
Ann,
get a run
Elizabeth,
in now?
and Sharon.
I'm actually in one of the book of poems.
Right, okay, let's move on.
Good.
Right, I asked the question, Sharon, can people put their hand up if they felt would describe themselves as healthy? Put your hand up to describe yourself as wealthy. Put your hand up to describe yourself as good.
No.
Put your hand up, everyone, if you describe yourself as godly.
Striving to be.
Striving
Try to
to
be.
be. Is it good?
I didn't ask you to say do you strive, I just said are you godly?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Funny, I say a lot of this. It's interesting, isn't it? You know, we're talking about what we're talking about feelings and emotions, but here we're emotions and how you feel about yourself. It differs from day to day. Never mind how you perceive the world and other people in the world. The only constant we really have in our life is God. All the rest sort of differs in how we feel. And the Bible says not to trust in your feelings, but our feelings change our perception of the world, don't they? But the constant we have in our life is God. Now, when we look at Job, I'm picking out some things here. Read the book of Job for yourself. Some of these are on your handout, some are not. But I'm looking at the handout you've got here. Here's some advice to wives. Advice to wives. If I was going to write down a list of advice to wives, it would be interesting. It would be from my own marriage and from my own perception of what a wife is like and all of that, and from what I've seen. I've got Christine here, because I wrote you about marriage, and I'll share that with you. Now, Job's advice to wives here. So, Job's wife has often suffered a lot of criticism over the centuries, you know, for the way she reacted. Basically, in a nutshell, she said, curse God and die. Maybe not the best advice a wife has ever given, but maybe some of the most honest advice that's ever been given. Yes, she was in the wrong, but I want you to remember this. We've lost 10 children, a husband almost, and all our possessions. So she's not in a good place. I'll not even ask the ladies of the room, you know, the mothers or the fathers, how you could feel if you'd lost a child, or not even go there. But here's some advice to wives, and it's not from me, it's from this I got. I'm blaming Sister Kelly, I got this off her. From the Bible, I believe, and in so many words here. Advice, and I'm going through your handout here. Guard your words when your husband is going through terribly hard times. Point number 2, well, as part of that ongoing hardship, strengthens women but weakens men. Point number 2, never suggest that your husband compromises his integrity, even if it would provide temporary relief. And the example there is Abraham and Hagar. You know, Abraham has been promised this child, you know, for the Israel, but it's not happening. So his wife says, "You've got a handmaid there, you know, have children with her," and from there we get Ishmael, and we get all the Arab tribes and all of the trouble that's now brought, you know, in the world. And I would say this to you, I said I would be honest in this class. We're talking about hardship. I wouldn't be honest with you if I didn't. I know some teachers will just lecture and not really share here. I want to share a little bit about me, because Lynn and I, my wife, have just celebrated 20 years of marriage. You know, we've known Brother and Sister Kelly and some others here quite a lot of that time.
Yeah.
Some of you have seen the hardships we've been through.
Yeah.
I've been through hardships with work, stress and things like that. But for 15 years